Welcome to the Teach Starter podcast, where teaching inspiration begins. At Teach Starter, we help teachers and their students have more of those amazing aha moments in the classroom. We think teaching is the best job in the world, and we're here to help you thrive, teachers. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. I'm Bron and I'm joined by Jill. Hi Jill, how's it going?
Good, Bron, how are you?
Good, I am great.
That's
so,
good.
I thought we would talk today about our brand new handwriting videos for kids, which we have up on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you don't know, we do have our own Teach Starter YouTube channel, so make sure you head over there and subscribe so that you can use these all in your classroom. They're all 100% free to use, and you could use them pretty much every day as a warm-up for your handwriting lessons. I'm not just saying that because I helped make them either, but I'm pretty proud of this because it was a pretty big effort. Like, it was a big job. So
I've got to recognise that voice.
Well, you're not the only one, Jill. Let me tell you. I was at home the other day and my daughter, who's in grade 2, came home and said, today at school we were doing Teach Starter handwriting videos and I told everybody that's my mum. So she recognised my voice. She didn't even know that was going to come up. I thought that was very cute. So these are really great, even for especially in remote learning when you're not there to actually supervise the handwriting, to have your kids continuing with those patterns and making sure that they're correct and that they're appropriate and that their pencil grip's right and that sort of thing. Oh my gosh, so hard to do when you're not there face to face with them. And parents, oh my gosh, poor parents. Like, you know, we've got all these different fonts all over the country. Parents learn to write in all different states. They probably have developed their own handwriting in adulthood because we don't. Well, I know this will be news to some teachers because we kind of do keep our handwriting our whole lives. But normal adults, I think, deviate from that and develop their own style into like a grown-up handwriting style.
Do you get people say to you a lot, oh, you've got such nice handwriting, it's so clear. And then when you're like, oh, I'm a teacher, they go, oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, that happens all the time, actually. Like, I definitely have the teacher handwriting. You can't get rid of it. It's kind of like becomes part of our DNA, Jill, I think.
Yeah,
it's there
the
forever.
correctly formed A and the correct, way to do it.
And in Queensland, it's quite pointy. So whenever I'm writing, I always think about this pizza slice thing that my teacher taught me in grade 3, which is that, you know, in the little corners of the A and the G, you should be able to fit a nice little slice of pizza.
I haven't heard of that before.
The pizza slice in. Yeah, so that's like kind of stuck with me a really long time. Teachers are very impactful.
Yes. Every time you have a pizza, you think about the letter A.
And Mrs. Gray. Good old Mrs. Gray. Okay, so yes. So how do you reckon kids are going at the moment with handwriting, being out of school, being out of the classroom?
I know with my son, James, he's in grade 1 and we're having a bit of trouble with his handwriting. So I know he's in grade 1. He's writing. I'm happy about that. But his letters, so he is all over the place with the way he forms them. He starts everything at the bottom, which I know is pretty common in the beginning. But it's sort of we're getting to a point where it's a bit like we have to start changing that habit. So every letter starts from the bottom. So even, a Y. He starts at the bottom, goes up and around. Yes. From the bottom. I don't know how many times I'm like, start at the top. And when he's doing a piece of writing, it frustrates him as well. He gets really frustrated with me saying that. And I think I have said to my husband, Scott, I'm like, you're going to have to help with this because I feel like I am just like on him a bit too much. And maybe I'm bringing my teacher perspective a bit where I'm like, we have to fix this. And so I'm a little bit like, I think I might need to step back a little bit. But also what I'm thinking with the videos I'm going to do is we're going to put it on the iPad and then he can trace over.
Yes.
That when it, you've got the little star and it goes around and up, then he can trace it with his finger. Because I was told that, and I don't know how true this is, I haven't looked into the science, but if I held his hand and we did it 20 times, a B starting from the top, going down, up and around, that should help him. But he doesn't want me to hold his hand.
No.
to do it, you know? He's like,
Well,
"It's
a 5
fine,
or
it's
6-year-old
fine."
boy wants their mum to
Oh,
hold their hand during
he's like, "It's
learning.
fine. The way I do it is fine." I'm like, "Yes, darling, I
Oh,
understand that it's fine for you now, but when you wanna write more and
yes.
bigger pieces of text and you start to learn to join your letters and things, starting a Y at the bottom is not going to work for you
Yep.
when you go to do that." So, it's
Yeah.
something that I'm trying to get on top of now, but also in a very, delicate way that doesn't create us,
Yes.
having problems with each other.
For
So,
sure. Mhm.
yeah, what I'm really thinking I'm going to do with the videos is it's got that technology element that he's going to like.
Yeah, yep.
Um, for and without my 6-year-old son, anything on the iPad is an absolute winner. So we're
Yeah, I think same goes.
we're in that obsession land at the moment. But
Yeah.
so I'm going to do that and get him to just focus on one letter at a time and be like, okay,
Perfect.
Y is a problem. It's
Yeah.
starting a Y at the bottom is not ideal. So let's just start there and see if we can get that one mastered, and then we'll go
Yeah.
and look at some of the others.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of doing this. You can target individual letters that are trouble
Mm.
spots for your students.
Yeah.
And also, you're right, like you can either do it on the iPads individually, like you were saying with James might do, but you can also do it in a whole group with your interactive whiteboard, and the
Mm.
students can just point their finger and do
Yeah.
the correct direction and shape with their finger and then go back to their desk and replicate that. Because, like you said, I think it absolutely is almost like a muscle memory thing. Like you have
Mm.
to do that movement so many times to
Yeah.
realize for it to actually embed and become your practice. So,
Yeah.
and I think, yeah, it's definitely worth looking at. Handwriting is such an important thing especially in early years education, but
Mm.
it's a lifelong skill and kids need it, and it
Well,
sometimes
it's
gets
even,
overlooked.
he does his S's back to front.
Oh yeah, starting at the
And
bottom.
he hasn't got there, starting at the
Oh,
bottom, back to front. So
okay.
when he does a spelling test, it looks like a Z. So it looks like he
Oh,
can't
it
spell
can
the
actually
word, which
impact
he
on.
can, but it's the
Yes,
wrong way around. Same as a P, it's facing the wrong
true.
way, so it looks like a Q
Yeah.
instead of a P. So when he does spelling or when he
Yep.
writes a piece of text, it's really hard to read because I know that the P, it's meant to be a P, but it looks like a Q. So how
Yep.
can you write, you're trying to word that he's saying I put it there and it looks like I put it there or whatever, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like I know that he's young now, but it's definitely not something that I want to leave for
No.
too long, before it's like this is going to start impacting on your writing, but also I don't want him to not want to do the writing because it's not comfortable style either,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't flow
true.
nicely as you move along. So
Yeah,
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 I think
absolutely.
it's really important. And often a lot of reluctant writers are sometimes just like they just don't like the writing process.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Mm,
then you find some kids, when they're doing their standardized tests online now, they're actually more successful because they're more attuned to typing, or they're
mm,
more capable of typing because that's their lifestyle or their way of life or their
yeah,
preferred method of communication. But they are still going to come up to things during their lifetime that handwriting is required
totally.
and for
Yep,
effective communication. So yeah, really
totally.
important to lay those ground rules and have the consistency there
Mm,
in a fun way, because like the
yeah,
handwriting videos, like it's a cute little I guess cartoon pencil that's showing the kids how to use how to write the letters,
yeah,
and yeah, just reinforcing that. I mean, it would be beneficial for all the kids in your class, not just the ones that are struggling, because it's just
yes.
reinforcing that.
Oh, for sure. And I think I'll probably just have to add a little bit onto the video for James of my voice saying "start at the top" because I'm not quite sure he'll be able to handwrite without me saying that. So it's just a
Yeah.
recognition now. That's all he hears. Start at the top.
Start at the
Start at the
top.
top.
Start. My kids, it's put the seat down. Put the seat down.
Oh yeah. Sit down.
All right. Well, teachers, have a great week. Check out our handwriting videos and our YouTube channel. There's also heaps of amazing free content on there for you to access, which
Mm,
includes webinars and professional learning for yourselves, also activities that you can do with your students. And we're adding stuff to that all the time. So go and
yeah.
join the other 5,000 teachers that are subscribed.
And even for remote learning, it could be getting them to watch one of our craft videos, and then they get to make it if they have the materials available. So that could be a really easy way to get them doing some fun things while we're in lockdown as well.
Yeah, send some links home. That's what they're there for. So,
Yep.
excellent. Take care, teachers.
Bye.
Did you know that our entire collection of over 300 Teach Starter podcast episodes are available on Spotify? Join us there and follow Teach Starter.